Hi there. Today we dive into the constitution that sees Nigeria to its independence. The 1960 Nigerian Independence Constitution was a landmark document that laid the foundation for Nigeria's transition from British colonial rule to self-governance. This constitution established a federal parliamentary system ensuring regional autonomy while uniting the nation under the central government. It also granted fundamental rights, defined Nigerian citizenship, and set the stage for first general elections. As the blueprint for Nigeria's newfounded freedom, this constitution not only marked the birth of a sovereign nation but also chartered its course toward a democratic future. Disclaimer: this video is not intended to spread hatred or insult any individual, group, or nation. It has been created purely for educational purposes to provide historical insight and understanding of Nigeria's journey to independence through the 1960 Constitution. Our goal is to inform and educate viewers about this significant moment in Nigerian history, fostering knowledge and appreciation for the past. The Blueprint of Freedom, the 1960 Nigerian Independent Constitution. James Robertson was the last Governor General of Nigeria, serving from 1955 until the country gained independence in 1960. During this tenure, he oversaw significant political reforms that paved way for Nigerian independence. One of his key contributions was guiding the development and implementation of the 1960 Independent Constitution, which established a parliamentary system of government and set the legal framework for an independent Nigeria. Robertson's administration included notable Nigerian leaders who played crucial roles in the transition. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who later became Nigeria's first president, served as Governor General after independence, while Abubakar Tafawa Balewa became the first Prime Minister. Other prominent figures included Obafemi Awolowo and Ahmadu Bello, who were instrumental in regional politics and national negotiation. The handover of power occurred on October 1st, 1960, when Robertson formally transferred authority to the newly independent Nigerian government. The ceremony symbolized the end of British colonial rule, with the lowering of the British flag and the raising of Nigerian national flag. Nnamdi Azikiwe took on the ceremonial role of the Governor General representing the British monarch, while Tafawa Balewa led the government as Prime Minister. Robertson's effort ensured a peaceful transition, making the beginning of Nigeria's journey as a sovereign nation. The Nigerian Independence Constitution of 1960 was a legal framework that marked Nigeria's transition from a British colony to an independent nation. Here are some of the key features of the 1960 Independent Constitution. 1. Structure of the government. Federal system. The Nigerian was established as a federalism with 3 regions: northern, western, and eastern regions, each having its own constitution, legislature, and executive authority. The parliament system. Nigeria adopts a parliamentary system of government with a prime minister as head of government and a governor general representing the British monarch as the ceremonial head of state. the bicameral legislature. The federal legislature consisted of two houses, the Senate, upper house, and the House of Representatives, the lower house. 2. Executive authority. Governor General represented the British monarch and had the power to appoint the Prime Minister. This rule was largely ceremonial after independence, with Governor General acting on the advice of Nigerian ministers. The Prime Minister was the head of government and was responsible for running the affairs of the state. The Prime Minister was appointed by the Governor General from the majority part in the House of Representatives. The Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister headed the Council of Ministers, which consisted of ministers drawn from the legislature and they were responsible for various government departments. 3. The legislature. Senate was composed of 44 members representing the regions and the federal territory. Senators were nominated by the regional legislatures. House of Representatives had 312 members directly elected by the people. It was the primary legislative body responsible for making laws. The judiciary. The Constitution established a judiciary with a federal Supreme Court at the apex. Regional courts were also established under the regional constitutions. Independence of the judiciary. The judiciary was independent, with judges being appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Judicial Service Commission. 5. Fundamental Rights. Bill of Rights. The Constitution granted fundamental human rights, including the right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of movement, and protection from discrimination on the grounds of race, religion, or gender. 6. Regional autonomy. The regional government. Each region had its own government led by a premier and had control over certain areas like education, health, and agriculture. Regional legislatures had the power to make laws and matters specified in the regional constitutions. Electoral system. Electoral election. The Constitution provided general elections with members of the House of Representatives elected by the universal adult suffrage. The regional representation. The regions were represented in the federal legislature according to their population. Citizenship. Nigerian citizenship. The Constitution defined Nigerian citizenship and provided for the acquisition of citizenship by birth, descent, registration of, or naturalization. The Federal Capital Territory. Lagos was designated as the Federal Capital Territory and was directly administered by the federal government. 10. The last. The amendment of the Constitution. The Constitution could be amended by a bill passed by both houses of the federal legislature and approved by 2/3 of the regional legislatures. This Constitution provided framework for Nigerian government at independence and remained in force until was replaced by the 1963 Republican Constitution, which removed the British monarch as the head of state and established Nigeria as a republic. Thank you.